Welcome back to QC Life. Everyone, if your dating life was kind of bumpy in 2024, don't worry. You're not alone, let me tell you. It's hard out there, so we thought who better to give us some advice and find love in the new year better than Laurie Burzak. She is here with me, and she is the owner of Carolina's Matchmaker. Laurie, I'm so happy to chat with you.
I'm thrilled.
I mean, I felt like our producers were really looking out for me when they created this segment. So let's just take it and run with it. First of all, I want to talk about the fact that there are really a lot of ways to meet people, but sometimes that can be overwhelming. So when you are meeting a client, when you're talking to somebody who is willing and ready to look for love, what's your first suggestion?
Well, if I'm meeting with a client or a potential client, I'm going to talk to them about my services. People hire me for traditional matchmaking, online dating management, and I bring people to events. So that's something we can talk about later on in the segment. But if they just want to get some advice and they don't want to hire a matchmaker per se, I say get out there and do something new, especially 2025, like break it up, like join a sports team. Even if you're not sporty, you could do kickball or
like a leisure, easy sports, right?
Easy sports, yeah, something like that, or join some kind of class, or just do something that's out of your comfort zone a little bit, because you will meet people. And, choose things that you like. So even if you don't meet, the love of your life, you walk away thinking, well, I'm glad that I accomplished that task.
Right, like you said, and you're getting out there, you're meeting more people, and it might just be friends along the way.
Yes.
But another thing that I think is great is when you're exploring the Queen City. So when it comes to finding a way to give back, but also potentially get love, what do you think about that?
Okay, I'm going to share with you my absolute favorite volunteer thing.
Okay.
So Charlotte Mecklenburg Rescue. They have so many dogs there and other animals, and you can literally go and walk a dog, or you can take them home for a staycation, and then you can return them. And so it gives all those people that want desperately to have a dog to be able to have that opportunity to be with their furry friend and give them back. So that's one really great way, and you can meet people that way, right? The other dog walkers. But just like do any kind of volunteer. You could do Habitat for Humanity, where you're like getting out there with the hammer.
Yeah.
Right? You can join any kind of arts organization. Just different things that allow you to meet different people and different types of cultures.
Yeah, and then also obviously our culinary scene here is amazing.
Yes.
There's so many new restaurants that I've got to
try.
try.
Oh my gosh, so many. Yes. I'm actually going to do events where people just go and have dinner together.
That's great.
I know.
Doing a dinner party or something like that, it's
dinner
fun.
for 8.
It gives you something to do. I think that's a big thing too, is having an activity, so you're not just staring at each other watching the other one breathe.
Right.
It's awkward. It's hard.
Right.
Now, I also wanted to ask you, where do you feel like technology fits into love these days?
Well, I'm never going to diss the apps, but because I help people with that all day long, and there's lots of ways, like refresh your online profile. Grab a friend and get some really good pictures, like go to Freedom Park, do some outdoorsy kind of shots, or get a professional photographer to take your pictures. Worth the investment. You literally have like 2 seconds or even 1 second to make a great impression. So you need to make sure your profile picture is excellent, but it needs to look like you. So natural, don't wear too much makeup, and then like redo your prompts and your profile and your bio and all that stuff, because it bumps it up. The more you're in there kind of finagling it, it's going to bump you up in the algorithm, and more people are going to see you. And also, I learned this recently, swipe on more people, even if you're like not like 100%, give them a chance. You never know. Don't be so picky, and then more people are going to see you also.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great too. Just if something specific interests you about a person, that's that's going to be something that can spark. And you mentioned creating events. So tell me about your event coming up.
So
you're choreographing everything.
Yes, I am. And this is we're going to be doing multiple events. This is like my 2025 resolution for all my single people out there. So the first event is going to be on February 13th. And what you need to do, it's for 30s and 40s, this initial one, okay? So, but what you need to do is you need to fill out a profile on carolinasmatchmaker.com to get invited. Otherwise, I'm not going to know who you are. And I'm going to actually kind of hand select who's going to be there. And that's the matchmaker in me.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, I want people to walk in the room and be like, okay, I've got like potentially 4 matches in the room. That is my intention for this one. And then I'm going to have bigger events and small events and carefully curated things. So that's kind of what I think people are really trending towards, is really trying to meet people in person. Yeah. So to find out about all that, they can follow me on Carolina's Matchmaker on all the different socials. And, there's just lots of ways to get involved with what I'm up to.
Well, I think that's great that you are bringing some love back to the Carolinas. We've got all that info for your singles mixer. Y'all can mix up your new year Try something different. I love your idea of doing really avant-garde dates just to keep it fun, keep it light, and keep it local. Great opportunity. So, Lauren, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you. All right, Jorge, you're married, so you can pass some of this great advice along to other people like me.
Hey, listen, one of my first dates with my wife was volunteering at a soup kitchen, so it's about volunteering, folks.